Why, hello there everyone. I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei. 皆さん、こんばんは。よろしくお願いします。A good evening or good afternoon or whenever you watch this video. And today I'm going to be breeding my Hysterocrates species Benin. So let's get straight into this. So I actually already produced this species already here on the channel. So if you want to go watch that, please check it out here on my channel. But we're going at it again. It's a new generation, so this will be interesting. This pairing took quite a bit of time, and I did record this late at night when tarantulas are most active, and I have to say the battery actually died on me. So if you're watching this, just note that there may be some cuts and the video might just cut off at the end, and that's not because I do it purposefully. It's just because the battery died on me, so the camera battery went off and it just stopped recording because this pairing took longer than it needed to. So I apologize on my part, and if you want to just see the pairing, skip to this time period here and just see the pairing and be done with. So yeah, let us go. When it comes to this species, a lot of people may not know about it because it's an undescribed Hysterocrates species that comes from Benin, which is why it's called the Hysterocrates species Benin. And this species of Hysterocrates is actually not that large. Most of the Hysterocrates species, such as Gigas, will get around 6 inches or about 15 centimeters. As for this undescribed species or locality of Hysterocrates, they get around 5 inches or about 12 to 13 centimeters. So I would consider this to be a more beginner level Hysterocrates species if you don't want a large specimen. These guys are pretty much good for you. They behave and act exactly as every other Hysterocrates species, which is basically a pet's hole and one that you'll probably never see too often, but that's just the nature of the Hysterocrates genus in general. But anyhow though, we're cutting straight right into the pairing, and after about 40 minutes of no movement, the male finally makes the move, and this is when the pairing actually happened. But by then, my camera battery started to go out, which wasn't looking too great honestly, but at least I was able to get a recording of this pairing. And as for the typical behavior of the Hysterocrates or Hysterocrates genus, females usually flare up their abdomens straight up, pointing almost like a 90-degree angle, which the males usually have to pretty much put in the work and essentially stretch out their pedipalps to where they can reach the female's abdomen so they can get a good insertion. And this male did do the job, so that's the good thing. Now, I was actually focusing a lot on ensuring this male comes out alive because I don't want my males getting eaten. Man, I'm usually pretty good with that, so I apologize if I wasn't able to get other angles of this pairing. It's really just because I want to focus on the male making it out alive first and not trying to focus on getting good shots for a video, because the health of the tarantulas come first to ensure that they come out alive and that the males don't get eaten. And don't worry, this male does come out alive, so he doesn't get eaten, but it was pretty interesting watching their post-mating behavior, I guess, after this pairing. So I am going to show a bit of what happened afterwards. That's pretty much all of the pairing you're going to be seeing in this video. So if that's all you want to see, then by all means feel free to click off. But if you want to stay around, by all means feel free to do so. And like this video before you leave, and yeah, let us continue. So it seems like the female was a bit back and forth around her enclosure after pairing, and the male just kind of tolerated her for a while, which is pretty interesting. I actually thought that the female was gonna try to eat this male at some point, but she didn't. It's more so of just her marching around her enclosure, and the male just kind of being unsure about what he's doing, I guess, but very interesting nonetheless, which is basically what he's gonna be doing for like the rest of this video. And he will try to attempt to pair her again, which the camera actually did die then because the battery camera ran low, and is pretty much the same as when I paired this species before in the past here on the channel. The results are about the same actually, just a bit more interesting post-mating behavior. That's the only difference between this time and the last time around. And now I would like to use this time to answer some questions and some comments and some emails. So let's discuss about this first comment that I've gotten in my last video about the egg sac. Someone was worried about the moisture, and they believed that because I opened the egg sac, it caused the eggs to be sticky because of the loss of the moisture, implying that because I've opened the egg sac, it caused the moisture within the egg sac to dry up, resulting in these eggs being sticky. And I don't know if this is just me or I interpreted this comment the wrong way, but this individual is implying that I've basically killed these eggs, and they even go as far as to say, did I kill the eggs? And I don't really know what's your intention here, but the eggs of legs are fine, and as a matter of fact, they're currently at first install. So I hope this answers your questions and concerns about opening the egg sac and about the eggs and the moisture. They're fine, they're at first install, and they're in the incubator. And I did ask this individual where they were getting their sources of information from, and this individual stated they have no sources. So, I hope you learned something, and yeah, let us move on. Now, this next question is one that I've gotten through my email, and is basically asking about experience and knowledge in this hobby, and also where to start if you want to become a tarantula breeder. So this is basically a two-part question. Knowledge and experience will come with time. That's all I can really say, but in terms of where you get your knowledge from, it's going to vary a lot because on the internet, everybody has their own thing here and there, and it's really up to you to pick apart which information is good, which is bad, which can be applied to you, and which is the one you want to throw out, which is basically what I'm saying is bad information. And then when it comes to experience, that's something that will come with time as your tarantula collection grows, and as you start to understand how things work, it will become your experience overall. So you don't really need to rush it because honestly, everybody goes at their own pace. I will go at mine, you will go with yours, and everybody's the same way. Now, becoming a tarantula breeder is not that hard, honestly. You just get two tarantulas together, know what species you're working with, and you'll figure it out. Now, if you're talking about becoming a tarantula breeder for the purpose of starting a business or entering into the market, that is a whole nother can of worms, so I won't discuss about that here, but maybe some other time. Now, I do try my best to actually reply back to everyone who comments, but there are times when there's just too many comments or emails that are coming in to where I can't really talk or reply back to them all. And this channel is growing to where I can't really answer everyone's questions because it's a lot. I mean, a lot. So I truly want to apologize if I can't get to your questions or things like that, but I'm truly appreciative of everyone though. And I guess that's really all I gotta say for today's video. Nothing much going on honestly, because I'm still waiting for some tax exemption papers to go through for my business, so that way I can actually start bringing in some tarantulas. So without further ado, as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, so please feel free to do so and stick around as I try to start up my business, and also supporting my social medias, such as my IG and Patreon. Shout out to my Patreon members for sticking around because they help out a lot. And with that, stay lax, and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.